This is Nigeria today. We'll begin in the southeast, where not too long ago it's been engulfed in a spate of violence, the sort of which had been more frequent in the northeast. The only difference was that bandits and terrorists were to blame. In the northeast, the mayhem which found its epicenter in Imo State was largely attributed to faceless gunmen. Prince Oba reports examines the incidents and effects on residents.
Imo State is known for hospitality and tourism and kept a face that endeared it to many as a destination of choice before the onset of terror that literally grounded economic activities. First, it started out as attacks on police facilities. Many thought it was an offshoot of the NSAS protests. But when the correctional center, where more than 1,800 inmates were freed, and the headquarters of police command in Owerri were touched in one day, with more than 30 vehicles burnt down, it was clear that something new was unfolding. Before long, the country home of Governor Hope Uzodinma in Omuma community of Oru East local government area was hit. Socio-economic activities in the state nearly came to a halt. For many, even the daily activities of buying and selling of petty commodities became a luxury. Other states such as Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu and Abia, and even Rivers were all affected, as peace and order appear to have taken a flight. This development severely traumatized residents as their means of livelihood were badly affected. Some security personnel deployed to the state at that time were accused of unprofessionalism.
One way or the other, they fall victim in the hand of the security agents. And so the security agents will do something so that the innocent ones will not suffer unjustly.
1 year after, the tension has largely eased. Security in the state has tremendously improved. Businesses are picking up fast, but residents want the government to be more proactive.
Right now, things are picking up gradually. Not that all is well, but we believe that with the situation, with the security situation, things are coming to normal.
For the hospitality industry in the state, it was also a trying time, as hotel owners were forced to lay off about 40% of their staff due to shortfall in patronage occasioned by the insecurity.
Some of the oil companies that their staff used to come here for seminars, our place is a place they come to hang out. They don't come, they haven't started coming in full because the company still tells them that Imo State is not safe, that's why I said the government has to intervene to assure them of their safety so that they can leave that embargo.
The Imo State Economic Development Initiative believes the only way to address unemployment, insecurity, and youth restiveness is through robust and meaningful engagement of youth to close the already widened gap created by successive governments which made some youth vulnerable to crime and criminality.
We shall take the battle against criminality to the den and hideout of these hoodlums.
Governor Hope Uzodinma at Imo stakeholders meeting assures investors of their safety as peace has fully been restored.
Imo State is now safe and secure, willing and able to contend future threats to the glory of God.
As the state is now enjoying relative peace, restoring public confidence in the ability of government is no longer in West. It's been matched with action. Prince Oba, TVC News, Owerri.
In Kaduna, some parts of the state is fast becoming a graveyard for the young and the elderly. Barely a week after terrorists attack an Abuja-Kaduna-bound train, killing some and kidnapping others, another deadly attack has again been launched on a military base in Bedingwari local government area of Kaduna State. This latest attack by terrorists has sent at least 10 soldiers to their early graves, with others severely injured. Bedingwari is one of the hot spots of banditry in Kaduna, where many people have been killed, thousands kidnapped, and socio-economic activities disrupted in the past 5 years. A security source in the area told TVC News earlier today that the soldiers were attacked at an Army forward operational base located around the Powai area close to Mikati Farm along the Kaduna-Bedingwari Road. He explained that the soldiers, who were few in number, were taken unaware by the terrorists who stormed the base in large numbers on motorcycles with sophisticated weapons and immediately opening fire on the soldiers. Meanwhile, former governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, has arrived Kaduna to sympathize with the government and people of the state over the recent terrorist attack, which have left many killed and others kidnapped. Asiwaju Tinubu, who was accompanied by former governor of Borno State, Senator Kashim Shettima, announced the donation of 50 million naira to victims of the attack. The state government says Nigeria is at a critical crossroad and must get the right leadership come 2023. Bola Tinubu was welcomed at the Isa Kashim Ibrahim House by Governor Nasir El-Rufai, senators and other senior officials of the Kaduna state government.
Here today to sympathize with you, the governor, the people of Kaduna, and the entire Nigeria. All happens to people on the Kaduna to Abuja train on Tuesday last week was a disaster for all of us. Exactly. Whatever happened to Nigeria happens to all of us.
The need for security agencies to share intelligence and work together to tackle the worsening insecurity in the country has again been re-emphasized, and this time the call is coming from security experts in Ondo State who are calling for better synergy among security agencies. Ayodeji Moradeyo has more.
Nigeria is currently battling security challenges ranging from Boko Haram insurgency, elders and farmers clashes, to kidnapping, among others. The failure of security agencies to tackle these threats head-on has continued to give many Nigerians sleepless nights. Ondo State, southwest Nigeria, is not left out of these security challenges, as it is also battling kidnapping in some parts of the state. The latest arrest of a nursing mother and 5 other members of a kidnap syndicate brought to the fore the need for security agencies to share ideas. The arrest was made possible through joint efforts of the Department of State Services, DSS, and men of the Nigerian Army.
I've been on the watch and been trained, especially with the special crack team that was invited by the State Security Service, and they were able to arrest them.
A security expert, Adams Abu, says more of such collaborations are needed to rid the state and Nigeria of criminal activity.
It was a joint operation led by the SSS, yes, but the military was also involved, and you could see that no one of them, of those criminals, escaped. And this is what we want to see. We want to see them not just sharing intelligence, but sharing their technology, and not that one individual agency, takes the lead. The important thing is that Nigerians want to see reduction in criminal activities, and I think if they work together with what is happening, we will be where we want to be.
The special advisor to the state government security matters, who doubles as the commander of Amatekun Corps, acknowledged the need for better synergy among security outfits.
Security is not a single person's business. It is the business of all of us. Most of the kidnap cases, we rely on all other agencies, especially the DSS, for tracking.
It is hope that security agencies will continue to synergize to rid the state of criminal activities. Ayodeji Moradeyo, TVC News, Akure.
We turn our attention now to the House of Representatives as it called for investigations into the causes of deaths and permanent disabilities resulting from negligence by medical practitioners across many hospitals. This comes on a day the lawmakers moved to probe the astronomical increase in the prices of diesel and domestic gas. Jackie Adisa has more.
The persistent epileptic power supply across the country worries the lawmakers.
The House notes that Alexis
Chief Whip Mohammed Mongunu brings it up under matters of urgent national importance.
Lack of adequate power supply retards our industrial growth and thereby also retarding our economic growth.
Lawmakers have now called on relevant disciplinary bodies to probe the causes of death and permanent disabilities among some patients as a result of negligence of medical practitioners.
Medical negligence is the failure of a medical practitioner to exercise reasonable care in the course of discharging professional duty. Thus, registered practitioner who fails to exercise the skill or act with a degree of care expected of this experience.
The continued rise in the prices of diesel and domestic gas also received the legislators' attention. Their resolve is to liaise with relevant authorities with a view to having a fixed price.
Hike in the cost of diesel is alleged to be the handiwork of unscrupulous stakeholders in the industry and is tantamount to economic sabotage.
To look at it in the face and see how they can assist, accommodate, irrespective of the circumstance. It's an appeal.
Worried by the non-submission of reports after more than 1 year, the House is to discharge its committees of about 192 referrals. But some of the committee heads attribute the delay to lack of funds and technical challenges other than incompetence.
I need you to do a compilation of committees, either standing or ad hoc, that have failed up till now to submit their reports. Those committees will be discharged on Thursday.
It can only discharge its function when it is funded. In that kind of situation too, Mr. Speaker, those committees need to be considered so that we will not portray ourselves here as people that are not willing to discharge responsibility given to them.
In one of its motions, the House called on the federal government to pay the over 6-month salaries of 60 teachers in its colleges across Delta State to alleviate their suffering. Dr. Edson, TVC News, Abuja.
A former National Legal Advisor of the All Progressives Congress, Muiz Banire, says there is urgent need for nationwide enlightenment on the purpose and process of election. Mr. Banire said this will increase active participation in the choice of leaders in 2023. He spoke while delivering the first distinguished lecture of the College of Management and Social Sciences at the Fountain University in Oshobo.
With the signing of the new electoral law by the President, attention now shifts to 2023 general elections across the country. Summits, symposiums, and lectures are now organized in different places, including higher institutions of learning, on the need to inform people of the Electoral Act. At the first distinguished lecture of this university with the theme, The Nigerian State Structure and 2023 Elections, Muiz Banire says the country's leadership recruitment process needs to be addressed through the ballots.
As we're truly running out of time like I want, we must contribute to the development of a criteria to be used to mobilize citizens for good leadership recruitment for the 2023 general election and beyond. This is a task that must be done. If you do not participate in the process through which the parties nominate their candidate, you will be shortchanging yourself.
He maintains that the challenges of kidnapping, terrorism, killings, and others can be addressed if there is genuine commitment. A professor of history, Shiyan Oyeweso, described Nigeria as God's own state.
Describe Nigeria as God's own state. When Nigeria is very close to Armageddon, God has a way of reversing the trend so that we don't move to the precipice. Power remains the challenge. Water remains a challenge. Diesel remains a challenge.
Participants, who are mostly students, are encouraged to develop interest in their chosen fields.
What we do now is to inspire you, our students and our colleagues, that we need more of Banires. We need more of Oyewesos. So you can be an academic and achieve and accomplish academic, and at the same time be a good politician, a political theorist.
And subsequent ones that we'll be having in the university, so that from there you can begin to have a change of attitude and a mold a more molded life that will be beneficial to you after the completion of your course.
They believe more programs like this, if organized, will reorient Nigerians, particularly those of voting age, to be more concerned about who governs the country at every level. Rafiu Hamid, TVC News, Osogbo.
Yaga Africa has called on journalists to ensure fair, accurate and objective reportage for the upcoming governorship election in Ekiti State. The call was made at a one-day media roundtable held in Ado-Ekiti. Ayomide Ajegbe was there.
The meeting, led by Yaga Africa's Watch on the Vote board member, had journalists from across the states converging to chart the course to build citizens' confidence by providing credible information about the electoral process.
We want to ensure votes count by detecting and deterring fraud and manipulation during the conduct of the elections and collation of results. We want to build citizens' confidence in the electoral process.
According to Yaga, there is a need to consolidate democracy, and that cannot be attained in isolation of the media, whose watchdog role in society remains fundamental.
The PVT, as the parallel vote tabulation, which is our own method of election observation, is able to detect fraud. And when we do detect it, we do not cover it, we put it out there through you.
With just 74 days to the June 18 governorship election, the candidate of the Social Democratic Party has called on the APC-led government in the state to come clean on the state of finance in the state as regards loan.
The debt problem in Ekiti now is very, very crazy. And if the government can oblige everybody with what constitutes Ekiti's debt and what they did with it, it will make it even better. It will stop all rumors. What is Ekiti owing?
None of the political parties have started major campaigns, but there are consultations ongoing at different local government and ward-to-ward electorate for a candidate of choice.
Our party, our people, they only rant on the internet. They go to Instagram, they go to Facebook, they go to TikTok and all. But the actual people that vote, they don't contact them. So we want to deviate from that and start reaching out to voters. So that is more reason why we're having this meeting, to talk to our people that, okay, they should go to the lowest of the BRS people in society, talk to them, because we notice that people that vote are actually at the local level, because politics is local.
There are 2,445 polling units in Ekiti State, and 541 indigent observers will be trained by Yaga Africa, with information on the electoral process provided from time to time. Ayomide Ajegbe, TVC News, Ado-Ekiti.
To the court now, the New Black Movement of Africa has instituted a 1 billion naira lawsuit against Linda Ikeji, an online publisher, for defamation and libel at the Delta State High Court, Ifro. The judge adjourned the case to May 13 for trial as the accused failed to present counsel for the hearing. Ikenamichi has details.
On the 7th of November 2019, popular online publisher Linda Ikeji posted a material against the New Black Movement, which the group considered as defamatory, maligning and damaging to their reputation, on her page. The organization tried several times to make her retract the story and tender an apology, but she refused. Now, the group is suing her at the Delta State High Court in Efun. At the pre-trial, Linda Ikeji did not appear in court or presented a defense counsel.
This case it will be an eye-opener to all online bloggers who do not verify their information before they go on to post materials that are unverifiable on the internet. When we go on with this case, the details of the case will be known. And she has been served the defense on the statement of claim and other originating processes on the 1st day of February 2022. The time for her to file her defense has long expired. She did not file memorandum of appearance, neither did she file statement of defense. Today, the case came up for trial. She did not come to court, neither was she represented by her legal practitioners. A sum of 1 billion naira and damages for the said libelous publication. Also, an order directing her to stop further publication of the said material and tender apology in her Leader Ikeji blog and 2 other widely publicized newspapers in Nigeria.
Her absence forced the judge to adjourn the case until the 13th of May with the hope that Linda Ikeji would be present to defend her defamatory case against her. Ikenna Amechi, TVC News, Efrun, Delta State.
And that's Nigeria Today. I'll be back at 10 p.m. with a more comprehensive bulletin. Stay with us.